Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Moon Tarot Tales or Tarot Talk, whatever you prefer, which I'm going to be publishing bi-weekly for every nation we're about to have after this one. Super duper thank you for Ksenia for allowing me to use her platform to share my knowledge, to share those bits and pieces that I know about the moon, that I know about cards and crystals. And welcome absolutely everyone who is tuning in at the moment. And I hope you'll enjoy. I hope you'll find something useful, something interesting, something new, something to support you on your journey. Today we're going to celebrate the new moon in Leo, which I'm very much excited about. I'm excited that it's the first video I'm recording for this channel because the new moon in Leo is a very special moon for everyone. I think it just gives us a moment to breathe out. With its loving, caring, with its very much flamboyant, creative, expressive, fiery energy. It's a good time to start something new. And in general, you know, new moon, for those who don't really practice any sort of moon magic, it is the time when we sow our intentions. For the full moon, when the moon starts waning, we release, we let go, we probably see the fruit, the results of our actions. But for the new moon, it is very calm. It is a time of total darkness when the moon is conjunct with the sun. And we sow in the dark, moonless night our intentions, our dreams, our plans, similar to how we sow real seeds of plants into the darkness of the soil. We put them there and we let them go. And I invite you just to think of what you would like to manifest for the next 2 weeks till the full moon in Pisces, or for the next half a year till the full moon in Leo in January 2021, or even for the whole year till the next August. I very well know that we are now at this period of time that it is basically difficult to plan anything. I know that many of us are happy if there are no news by the end of the day, and in our case no news is good news, right? But you know what, I'm myself doing a moon diary, and I find this practice when I write down the list of my intentions every new moon and then the list of what I want to release every full moon. I find it a very meditative and very useful way to calm myself down, because when you know that you need to reflect about what you're going to achieve or what you want to release every 2 weeks, it creates a certain routine, and this routine helps us to anchor ourselves, helps us to, basically to anchor ourselves and to devote at least 5 minutes of our time bi-weekly into being present in the moment, into being here and now, and just take time and think of what I want to achieve in this life, what I want to manifest, what I want to see appearing in my life. You see what I mean? So I invite you at this full moon, this new moon, to probably, if you have, like, light a candle and whisper your intentions to the flame. Or you can create a sigil, burn it, and just throw the ashes into wind. And also forget about it. Forget and let the vibrations of the universe do their work. But slowly but surely we are moving to the main topic of our conversation, which is the new moon in Leo. I love Leos. Well, I'm a Sun Capricorn Virgo rising. I'm supposed not to be honest, in good relationship with Leos, but I absolutely love Leos. I have lots of my friends are Leos. Actually, absolutely all the people that were present at the focal points of my life, at the life-changing events, projects, like, I don't know, manifestations, they were all Leos. So absolutely love you guys. If you're Leo Sun, happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy your day, and it's going to be a very blissful and blessed year for all of you. Not only for Leos though, for absolutely all of us. I love Leos. Leos have, look, if we think of it, it has like a few main kind of clusters of energies. The first would be the fiery energy, very creative, fiery, flamboyant, expressive. Then we would have the energy of royalty. So it would be kingly energy. It would be something to do with leadership, something with taking care of people, with kind of being a rightful monarch, taking care of your court, of people around you, absolutely, taking care of your tribe, you know. And then the third cluster, it would have something to do with the fact that we associate Leo with the heart chakra, and because Leo represents in astrology the 5th house, also with the crown chakra. So it is this divine, celestial, very caring, very loving, very protective energy. Lots of love magic is done around the new moon in Leo because just of this fiery, very passionate, very loving and very protective energy that the new moon as Leo is offering for all of us. I usually, like, if you watched my previous interview, which we've done with Ksenia, we talked a lot about mythology and about archetypes. And that's how I interpret cards, and that's how, in general, I interpret events of my life. So speaking of symbols, what the new moon in Leo is offering us, we can, for example, look at the tarot card, which corresponds to the zodiacal sign of Leo, and that's the card of strength. I hope you can see it. This card, we usually have a Leo and we have a woman, and the woman, she has tamed the Leo, and Leo is like a very, like, you know, tame dog basically next to her. And because she has shown her resistance, her persistence, excuse me, and her loving and caring and protective energy, which allowed her to tame the wild beast. And we are all invited, I think, also to think during this new moon about taming the beast inside us. You know, speaking of other symbols which the world culture and the world mythologies to offer us, you probably heard of the 12 labors of Hercules. And the first of the labors was that Hercules killed the lion. Let me check my notes. The Nemean lion. Yeah, he was living in the area of Nemea. And he was some absolutely infernal lion with like some skin which you couldn't pierce with any weapon. And Hercules managed to kill him. And probably many of you know this myth. But in later tradition, I honestly won't tell you when. I don't know if it is something inherently Greek or it is more modern psychoanalytical tradition. But all the 12 labors of Hercules were interpreted in a sense of a human fighting with our inner demons and animals. And this legend offers us an insight into the lower manifestations of Leo, because every sign has a higher manifestation and a lower one. And the higher one is, as we discussed, around this like very flamboyant, very expansive, creative, very caring energy. But the lower manifestation is what? It's arrogance, it is rivalry, it is competitiveness, it is probably this animal instinct, animal aggression, animal, like, you know, willpower in a bad way. Trying to say that, trying to ensure that you're always right no matter what, and so on and so on. So I think Leo and the myth of Hercules invites us once again to check, have I been actually good to people around me? Am I too arrogant sometimes? But look, like, we are here to improve, and I hope that this checklist would help us to realize that there are very different aspects to our lives. There are lots of truths, and everyone is entitled to have their own opinion and so on. So look, Leo is inviting us to manifest the higher energies of Leo, and at the same time to double check if we are not too much into the lower manifestations of Leo energy. Yeah, and so this new moon is happening, as I've already said, probably, or probably not, at the 26 degrees of Leo. And it is trining Mars, which is about to get stationary before it goes retrograde in Aries. And trine is a very beneficial aspect. So hopefully this new moon and sun will actually alleviate the very aggressive powers that Mars has to express when it is in Aries in its own house. And also another aspect is that there is a quincunx to the Saturn, 26 degrees of Capricorn. And quincunx is a very eccentric angle. It is basically when two signs have nothing in common. And it kind of pushes us to work through those energies, to multitask and combine them. And so with all the expansiveness and creativity of Leo, Saturn is at the quincunx, offering us some restraint. And probably we just talked about the low manifestations of Leo. Maybe that's where restraint needs to be applied, you know? Like the Saturn as a very paternal figure, as the one like, come on, like, you know, this needs to be done, all work, no fun. Maybe that's the way to go when we are talking about the bad qualities that Leo can kind of spark in us, ignite in us, like, as I've already said, us being aggressive and all those other like things which the fire energy can just basically make us show. And another thing is that the new moon and the sun in Leo are conjunct with Mercury. Mercury, very aerial, very intellectual, very kind of like very talking and very conversive sign. And maybe we are also invited to find a balance between our heart, which is Leo, and the new moon, and between Mercury, which is mind, which is intellect. So I would invite you to ask yourself a few questions before we start our reading and our crystal check for this new moon. I invite you to ask yourself, am I standing my ground? Am I showing myself to the world? Am I protecting my ideals, my thoughts, and what I deem to be right? That's the first question. The second one would be, am I expressing myself creatively? How can I express myself better? The third one is when we look at the Leo-Aquarius axis, because Leo is about the heart, Leo is about yourself, and Aquarius is all about society and the societal convention. So ask yourself, is there a balance between my own desires and between what society has imposed upon me? We are all products of the society as much as we are products of nature, and we're products of bringing up by our parents. We're products of society, and we are meant to scan the conventions of the society, which are not necessarily good for us. So ask yourselves, are you sometimes probably prioritizing the society conventions and traditions on behalf of your own interests? This needs to be in balance, because the society has a very clear way for us how we should live this life, but we're all very different. We might want to live our lives completely different way. So, and the Leo is inviting us to check this, and to, going back to the first question, to show ourselves to the world, to stand our ground, to protect what is dear to us, sometimes in disregard to what society is expecting from us. And the last questions which I would invite you to check would be related to ego. So were there moments when ego is blocking me? We should ask ourselves those questions as well. Or the opposite, were there moments when I'm underestimating myself, when I have very low self-confidence, when I don't believe in my own powers and I can't advance because I'm basically not too sure that I'm going to succeed? All those should be absolutely removed. Ask the new moon in Leo to help you with your fears. I have personally quite low self-esteem sometimes. I always doubt that what I'm doing is good enough. So I would be asking Leo to help me with this, to help me realize that what I have is worth showing. And we all have something. We all have talents that are worth showing to the world. Now, just before we start with the reading, I would like you to have a look at a few crystals. I picked up a few. I hope you'll be able to see them. If you have those crystals, it would be very nice to charge them and to put your intentions into crystals, because you know that you can charge crystals and you can basically kind of put your intention into the crystal structure, and the crystal will hold it, and then you can put in your pocket, carry with you, and then you will always have your intention with you, a reminder, a gentle reminder. The first one I have picked up is jade. Jade in ancient China used to be a royal imperial stone. The higher god in Chinese mythology is the Jade Emperor of Heaven. And I think this very much corresponds to the Leo energy, because it's royal energy. In many other cultures, king or emperor were sons of the sun, and that's where Leo comes for us. But we don't need to be royalties to connect to this energy, because we are all creators. We are made in the image of God, as we know. So we all have a divine spark in us. We all can create, we all can manifest, we all can be gods. And that's where jade is coming very handy for us, to remind us of our divine and of our royal roots, and that the universe wants us to be creators and to be sons and daughters of God as well. That is to remind you of this. The second one that I picked up is vanadinite. Vanadinite looks for me like a shrimp. It's like, you know, it's something between a flower and a crab, but super beautiful, very sparkly, very pretty stone. And vanadinite is all about motivation. As you see yourself, it's like a flame. It's about motivation, energy, life spark, curiosity, playfulness, will for life. So ask vanadinite to cure you from your apathy, to reignite your life energy, which is known for absolutely all cultures. It's Indian prana, it is Egyptian ba, it is Chinese energy of Qi, the life energy. Ask vanadinite to ignite it for you. The third one I picked up is obviously citrine. Citrine, it's like liquid sunshine, you know, and it is the stone of manifestation. The mantra for citrine would be, I create the life I want. Yeah, don't forget that we are all creators. We are invited to create. Another stone is the leopard jasper. And I picked it up, first of all, because of the feline association with leopard and Leo, but also because the leopard jasper is a shamanic stone. And we can invoke, if you have, for example, your totem animal, your spirit animal, invite your animal to support you on your journey, to be your company on this journey. And another thing is that shaman is traveling in all the worlds, very often invoking different spirits, animal spirits, plant spirits, to support him. That's what leopard jasper is about. And the last one is the bloodstone. In ancient times, you can see, I hope you can see, I will make a closer shoot at the end of the video. Bloodstone, it is green with red sparks, and it was believed in ancient times that the red sparks, they are blood of Christ. Invite the Christ energy in your life, and this combines pretty much everything we've been talking about: the royal energy, the filial energy, the protective, loving, journeying energy. And I hope that if in case you don't have those stones around you, when I will be doing the close-up at the end of this video, you can just take a screenshot and just look at the screenshot every now and then and infuse the energies, because you know that we believe that energies, they're ubiquitous, they're everywhere. So in case you cannot find those crystals in your area, you're very welcome to use mine. And those stones, yeah, they remind us that we are here to create, we are here to expand, to show to the world who we are, and to be present in a single moment, and to manifest all our desires. And remember that we are all sparks of the divine, we're sparks of fire, we're sparks of stars. We all have stardust in our veins. So this is to remind us of where we are coming from and where we are going to. Okay. This introduction took ages. I'm sorry for that. But look, so I will be doing now a collective reading for the new moon in Leo. Let's have a look at what the energies are around us. And yeah, and please let me know what you think. For the time being, I will do a collective reading for all of us, to see what the new moon means for us as for the collective. But if you would like in the future to have sign-by-sign readings, I can surely pull a card, like 3-4 cards for each sign. It would be much longer video, but let me know if you find it more useful or if it is more interesting, and then we can walk through it, right? So yeah, let's see. I'm using the Mariel Tarot. It's a very non-orthodox deck. Super beautiful. The art is absolutely stunning, and the imagery is so rich. So absolutely love this deck. So I think I will pull around like 9 cards. I will pull 6 so that we can discuss, and then we can pull more cards in case it's needed. Oh boy. Okay, fair enough. Wow, God almighty. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, that's very interesting. I think I'm going to stop at the 6 cards because we're going to talk a lot. Well, the first card is the Sun. I can't believe it sometimes. I can't believe how cards are working. Yeah, so the Sun is Leo. That's absolutely everything we talked about it. This is the Sun energy. This is the warm, caring, loving energy which is pouring down on us. It's an extremely auspicious card. And as I think I started my video with that, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I said that I love the new moon in Leo because it's offering us a moment to breathe out, just to relax, just to stop this worry, this anxiety, which has been present for, what, since February, March for all of us. And just to imagine you are in the open field alone and the sun is shining upon you. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card. And that's the vibe Leo gives us. And you are just absolutely absorbing this warmth. And you feel how your skin is getting warmer and how your mind is actually becoming lighter. And I think this is like an invitation and an energy which is present around us, that it invites us to be more playful, more curious, to open our mind and to look what is going on inside of us and feel this warmth and share this warmth with the world. The next one we're getting is King of Swords. King of Swords, the suit of swords is about air. Could this be the Mercury? I think it might well be the Mercury in Leo, which is now conjunct with the new moon. Yeah, so I was just looking at this card, and it can well represent Mercury, it can represent Aquarius, but I would like to pay more attention. I hope you will be able to see it. He has a golden dragon on his breast. And this golden dragon, you know, we were talking about jade as the stone, which, for example, for me means very, very strongly resonates with this new moon. And jade is the ancient Chinese royal stone, and same as dragon, you know, it's a symbol of royalty. So, and those two cards, they go so very well together, because look what they are here to tell us. So we were just visualizing how we're standing in the open sun, and it imbues us with this energy, with this fiery light. And then what happens? We are left with the imprint of the sun in our souls, with the living, calming, absolutely expansive, curious, flamboyant energy. And also in Chinese mythology, dragon is actually the element of water, yeah? So it is this kind of like liquid sunshine, which is inside of our solar plexus. Again, it's kind of in the middle of his body here. So we take our energy from the sun, it calms us down, it enriches us, it makes us realize that we are divine creators, that we are sons and daughters of God, of Sun God, and we are having this imprint inside of us, and then we start our journey. We start our journey. Look, he has bow and arrows, he has the feathers, the air element of swords, but if you can see, they are all inscribed with words. So we have got the energy of creation from the sun, the energy of truth. And then we start our journey to shoot it to the world. We would put those arrows, those feathery arrows, with words of truth, with words of our own feeling, our own, how to say, our own, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but it's because like I'm very short of words at the moment. Yeah, we are having this creativeness which we have imbued from the nature, from the sun, from the world, from the universe energies, and then we're ready to share it, those feathers with words inscribed of them, the words of our creative expansion, of our expression. We will put them in the bow and we shoot them into the world so that we can better spread this spark, the spark of this golden dragon which is inside of us. And those two cards came together. Hello, girl, the world and the lovers. The world came first. The world is the last card, card number 21. You know that tarot deck has 22 cards, and the Fool is the card number 0 and number 22, because tarot creates sort of like circle without the beginning and without the end. And the world is our accomplishment. It is exactly what I was talking about. If we think of all those cards flowing as a narrative, we got this energy, we got this initial spark, we have I don't know the verb, to the world. We have expressed it, we have shared our truth, our wisdom, the flame of wisdom, which we know deep down is absolutely true with the world. And then we have the night, we have the expansion. We are invited to expand. We're invited to do the work for our soul, to, as I said, to sow the seeds of our intention into the darkness of the night, but also to invite the whole vastness of the night and of the universe and of the starry sky inside of us, and ask the universe to help us reach our full potential. I know it all might sound very much metaphysical, but we're talking about collective energies, and we are invited to explore our potential, accomplish things which were probably delaying, which were probably restricted. We are now invited to basically open our soul up as a ripe peach, you know, when it cracks and you can see the stone, to just open up and let everything flow to the world and accomplish what needs to be accomplished. And the second card which came in conjunction with this one is the Lovers, the divine union. You know, it's the union of white and of black, and it is all blended together in the vastness of the universe, because the universe is so big that it can accommodate absolutely everything, absolutely all our desires, all our projects, all our creative endeavors. Everything can be expressed and is asking to be expressed in those two cards. So yeah, so far our journey has been about basically manifesting what you want. Yeah, I'll bring the citrine in. Yeah, it's the stone of manifestation, of remembering that we were created not as just, you know, flock without any willpower. We have our own desires, we have abilities to create, we have abilities to manifest, we have everything we need to create the life we want. And especially in this moment, I know like many countries are still in the lockdown and the pace of life has slowed down. Maybe like not all of us will go on holidays abroad, or like, you know, we are all invited to sit down, to calm down for a bit and to brew what's inside, to brew, like, you know, to be in the darkness. Or, you know, like I'll share with you, I hope you're not too tired. We have like evidence in many early Irish manuscripts how poets used to create their poetry. They would go into the complete darkness. They would stay in a dark room for a good while without anything to write down or anything, to just brew the words inside of them, and then they will share the poetry with the world. And that's what those cards remind me about. It's also like the world and King of Swords. King of Swords is very much about words and the world is about expansion, but also the card is so dark. So it is, yeah, it is kind of, those cards are telling me that it is a moment to sit a bit in the darkness and to remember how we have absorbed the sun in the open field, and to kind of take care of this little fire inside of us, and then to express it to the world. And the next card is the Nine of Swords. And actually, because I put 3 in a row and then 3, that's how we can look at them. And again, how much they're mirroring each other, it's amazing. So we have the sun here again. The sun on the top, pouring light on the cities, on 2 cities. One is black, one is white. Again, to remember about blending this divine union between 2 opposing energies. Speaking of which, you remember we were a little bit touching upon Saturn. Saturn, this kind of dark energy of restraint, of what needs to be done, and the light energy of Leo, and they're in this eccentric quincunx. Probably this is what we are invited to think of, that we are here in the moment of our evolutionary development of our souls, to blend black and white into this kind of alchemical process when the sunshine is shining upon them. And you know, when the sun is very, very bright, the colors fade and you can't say what is black, what is white. Everything is kind of in this dust of this golden light. That's what it is about. To maybe try and reconcile oppositions. If you're in conflict with someone, if you are in conflict with yourself, this is a very good time to reconcile. To reconcile and to ask the sun, which is our star, to help us better express ourselves, to help us battle our demons, and to be basically a better companion to people around us. We should all become Leos. We should all become those kings and queens protecting those around us. And that's what the next card is about, the Knight of Cups. And here, I guess, we have some sort of image from the Grail story, because here is the knight, probably Parsifal or Gawain, someone with the Grail full of blood. Because, you know, in the medieval world, the Grail was a symbol. It was not a tangible cup. It was the gift of the pure heart. That was the Grail was. And that's what it is about. You know, like Leos, this is also like Leo is very much the symbol of sacrifice. That maybe, as I said, maybe in case there are some uneasy moments in our life, we are invited to sacrifice ourselves and to kind of tap into this Christ-like energy, to tap into the energy of giving yourself to other people, of basically while thinking about your own interests, in the same time prioritizing the interests of the others. This one is a total symbol of unconditional love. And the last card that we got is the Three of Swords, the card many people are very much afraid of, the card of the broken heart, of sorrow, of distress. There might be a good few clashes now. You know, I mean, like, we are clearly approaching a very, very interesting times with the Mars going retrograde. And as I said, the new moon in Leo is trining Mars and quincunxing the Saturn. They're going to be the energy of restraint. They're going to be not easy times, probably. Also kind of bumpy road in which you will need to see, oh God, like, how am I going to drive there? How am I going to keep the speed, but at the same time going somewhere while keeping people in my car safe? There might be very uneasy kind of like moments when, with the clash of titans, you know, with the clashes of interests and stuff. But what this card invites me to hear together with this one is that when we share the gift of our heart, and Leo is the heart chakra, as we were talking already, although it is probably through pain, but art is born through pain, and very often love is born through pain. The beautiful roses are blooming on this. And I think this is like, for the thing of the new moon in Leo energy, this is so much about it. And the word that I'm getting all the time is sharing. It is sharing your creative energy with people, your words of wisdom, your truth, your ideas, sharing what you know with people, supporting them with words, with your knowledge, and fulfilling your potential with this card, and reaching the union of black and white, of night and day, of your inner demons and the good angelic energies within you, letting the sunshine to mend it, working in this way, so that eventually when we go through this, we can offer the gift of our pure heart, from which the new plants are growing. That when we go through this trial, when we master this energy, when we master this Leo energy, and we become the high manifestations of a lion instead of being the low manifestations of a lion, then we offer the pure gift to the world. I hope this was not too much metaphysical. I hope those cards would give you a different insight. I also hope that this will speak to you in its own way. But the main points of this reading, which I again would like to summarize, is, yeah, imagine yourself being in the sun. I don't know, when I think of it, it's so good. It feels so good, just love it. How, yeah, on the sunny beach, next to the sea, how poetry comes to your mind. And then that some shadow work needs to be done, and you will go to the dark place to realize your full potential, so that you know better which truths to share, and try to blend the opposing elements in your soul, and ask the sun to create this common sort of environment, this harmonious, this blended amalgamation of emotions, which is like a beautiful mosaic instead of just bits and pieces, like scattered. Remember that you're a temple. Remember to take good care of yourself, because this also speaks of it. It reminds me, like, you know, of Saint Augustine's book, The City of God. That the city, it's actually us, it's our soul, and it is our temple as well. We need to take care of it. We need to invite sun there, and to kind of feel the presence of the divine element within us constantly. We're all starseeds, and share this beautiful gift with the world, the gift of our heart, of our, like, you know, fire. Because again, like, what is blood? Blood is red. Blood is the element of fire. It is the element of life energy. In many, when you look at the folklore in cultures, it is the liquid of life. And this is this river of prana, of life force, which is just flowing and opening all doors. And although heartbreak is quite possible, eventually beautiful flowers will grow through it. To wrap it up, I just wanted to share with you a very, very funny moment which happened to me yesterday. I got a new deck for myself, a Sufi Wisdom Oracle. Extremely beautiful deck by Rasuli, which combines the poetry of, like, you know, Rumi and Amar Khayyam and other Sufi mystics. And I just unpacked it, and I was shuffling it, and one card has fallen out, and I was like, okay, put it back. Then I was shuffling, and same card has fallen out. And then I was like, okay. I don't really pay attention to cards that are jumping out. And then I was like, okay, I will do a small reading for you. We'll just pick up one card for me for good luck. And I picked up the same card, which jumped twice. So I wanted to share it with you, because I love it. Look, it is, like, it is everything we were talking about. It is called Time to Play. Make time to dance and play. And look at the girl. She has red curly hair. She has sun around her. She can be a Leo herself, you know. She has a Leonine mane of gorgeous locks. Be spontaneous. Find 5 minutes to yourself to enjoy this new moon in Leo. Write your intentions in the diary. even if it is one line, even if you feel low, you don't feel like it, write one line what you'd like to achieve. Light a beautiful candle and look at the flame, because we need to express, we need to tap into the fire energy. Go stargazing for 5 minutes. You know, like, I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks, you know, like Agent Cooper was saying, make a little present to yourself every day, even if it's just a cup of a damned good black coffee. That's what it is about. Devote a few minutes to yourself. Be playful, dance, sing. Be full of the sun, which you have absorbed at this open field. There's no people around you, just butterflies buzzing, bees buzzing, and this warmth just flowing like a river from the sky all over you. I hope it was useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you would like to do sign-by-sign reading for the next full moon in Pisces. That's when I'm going to see you the next time. And yeah, I just invite you to enjoy this moon. I think it's a very good moon. It might be a little bit uneasy because of the Saturn, very much uneasy energy kind of clashing with the new moon, but I think that the blessed energy is so much prevailing in this lunation that it's all going to be all right. So I love you all very much. Have a good week. Have a blessed new moon. Have a beautiful birthdays for Leo again, and good holidays for people who are taking their summer break now. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.